Get in the cart.
Right at us.
The best in the business, Roger Cleveland.
Can't wait to get back to Chicago in this one.
This is Party of Fore, a Mistwood Golf Club podcast. Do you guys hear that rumble? Do you hear that rumble, Andy?
Yes.
That's a new video intro for our podcast.
Oh, I thought it was just the weather outside.
And it is the thunder, and you actually still have a little rain on you right now, but you said, hey, we're shooting the podcast.
It's the most important thing to me today.
Yeah, not like member guest is happening
Tomorrow. But to satisfy this podcast and our listeners, this was the most important thing.
We've been very popular in Brazil lately, and we have Scott Hogan in the library.
Welcome back to me. Did I make it on the intro?
You made it in the intro.
Wow.
But it was a very interesting weekend. I want to get into this with you guys. The U.S. Open was quite the watch. It made pros almost look like average Joes out there.
Yeah, what did you think, Scott? Because you like Carnage.
Love it. Chaos. Give me it all. So got me thinking a couple of things. One, have we been doing this wrong the whole time? Where instead of going firm and fast,
we go wet and
we need
sloppier.
They need to turn the sprinklers on all night and let it run.
That's just almost casual water.
Well, temporary water now. Is that what it is? I don't even know what it is, but because I don't know how you get relief from it if they didn't. But yeah, we got to get some. I want shots going everywhere. Perfectly struck shots from center of the fairway. That hydroplane left and right, and that's it. That's the recipe.
Yeah, I think that's the only kind of black eye in the whole thing was what made it difficult was the conditions getting away from them.
No, they didn't get away. What are you talking about?
I mean, dude, that was so bad. There were some spots where it was really bad. I mean, that whole Sam Burns thing, that's crazy. I mean, if you're drawing water when you step into your shot, you should get relief. Like, no doubt about it. Even the commentators, before he hit that shot, they're like, that's definitely going to be casual water. He's going to be able to move it. And then you come back from the commercial, and they're not giving him the casual water.
I don't like ever since they redid the rules and their attempt to simplify everything.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gotten more complicated.
Yeah, that's fair.
Where, like, casual water, for example, like, all right, if you step and you're, like, hearing water, you're feeling water, you get relief. Now it's like you got to see it, and it's got to stay there for, like, a period of time while you're taking your stance. Like, I went on a depot because I thought he should have got relief. As much as I love Carnage, that should have been relief, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't get it, but just like that and dropping, and you got Kona friendship and now and drops and whatever. Yeah. It's like, all right, what are we doing? Just drop the ball.
I think the only thing we got right was it's going to be a flusher, and it's going to be a guy that hits fairways. And J.J. Spaun checks both those boxes.
Yeah, you need to go over your picks, Mr. Hogan.
Well, I picked a flusher, and I forgot to pick the guy that remembered how to mark his ball. That was a problem. St. Lowry. I think when you're picking up your golf ball and you didn't mark it, probably not your week.
Probably an issue.
It's a long shot. So if I would have known that, I would have changed the pick. And Justin Thomas, that's just me hanging on to glory here, trying to
TGL days.
TGL and justify my picks.
Yeah.
And, all
TGL
that.
momentum didn't.
I thought TGL would translate over.
Would take him all the way through.
I had Hovland and Schauffele, and they at least showed up. They showed up here.
Hovland's great pick.
Hovland. No, I'm saying Hovland was great, and Schauffele was still on the board and made the cut. So
Schauffele's still kind of driving it, kind of weird.
Yeah.
So I mean, he struggled in that aspect. I mean, Hovland hit it darn near out of bounds. What was that on Saturday?
Yeah.
Start out. That was so
Yeah.
random. That was crazy. But I took Flusher, I took Scheffler, and then my other pick being based on
Scott Hogan.
On Scott's, very stealthy, thoughts was Oberg, and Oberg stunk.
Oh, yeah.
At least I thought it was my problem. I thought it was my fault because I'd been picking him. That's why he hadn't been playing good. Turns out he's just not playing good.
He's a flusher, and he checks the box. He checks the box that I was looking for. I was looking for a flusher.
Yeah, so. I don't know. It's just been disappointing. If you're a Ludwig fan right now, we're in the doldrums.
Yeah.
It's very sad days.
What about the lab putters?
They got
First major,
right?
First major, yeah.
Well, if you want to get one, it's been already really hard to get them. So you might want to order if you want to play it by the end of next year. That's kind of where we're at the moment. So, but hey, they're having success. So,
Yeah. I mean, them and the others, right? So, I mean, every company's got one now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see how that shakes out. I thought this fad would go away a little quicker than it has, but it's sticking around. And when you putt with it, it's pretty good actually. The fact that the face is a little more forward, it feels like to me like you're playing less break. Like the ball definitely comes off like immediately on your line, instead of like hoping it comes out on your line with the little more rotation that you'd have with a normal putter.
I guess that's the whole point. Yeah, we don't want to hope we're going to get it onto the line. It just comes out on your line, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
It's just hard to get over that look. I mean, the look of the face being in front of where the hossel's at, I feel like that's going to be difficult to get over. But if mine shows up in the next couple of days, I'm gaming it. I'm just putting it in play.
Yeah.
And that would be the Spider ZT that's coming, hopefully.
Oh, broomstick?
Dude.
Again,
If I have to go broomstick, I'm quitting golf. I'm not going broomstick. We're just going standard length, 34.5 with a little bit of a heavy head. We're gonna fill it up. Simple as that.
He's just not getting down with it. Andy's old school.
No, I like to play golf. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is.
It's multifaceted.
No, it's not. It's not golf.
one of the other
I hate broomsticks.
big topics of the weekend was Rory McIlroy. I have a lot of thoughts. I'll let Andy go first. You saw his interaction with the media.
You're gonna ask the guy that accidentally
who-
snapped a driver in a Pro Junior event?
Oh, well, I didn't know you did that.
Oh yeah.
There's picture
Rory
evidence of this, yes.
Yeah, whether or not Rory overreacted. Why don't you go to Scott on that one, because I'm not a good
Okay,
start here.
Scott, you go first, and then I'll share my thoughts.
So wouldn't have thought Rory, after winning the green jacket, where he had like peak likability and like he was in, that you could throw that away as fast as he's done. Where
You're totally right.
that has gone away so fast, and I don't know who likes him. Not that he should care. I mean, he doesn't need to
Frank
care.
still likes him. Frank loves him.
Well, yeah,
Frank
yeah.
definitely does.
Frank likes the heels. He likes when they turn heel. So I mean, I get it. He doesn't have to talk, and he doesn't have to talk to the media. He doesn't have to like the media, but you probably shouldn't say it.
I mean, Rory, Patrick Reed,
Yeah,
they're playing against each other.
yeah.
Probably more people are rooting for Patrick Reed.
I think right now, because he's been out of the spotlight, he can't put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. And it's like, just don't say it. Just don't do it. If you don't want to do media, don't do it. But don't go tell everybody I don't like you.
So he's like basically doing media like a third of the time. Mm-hmm. He doesn't call Jack. Jack makes that public. Like he's every single misstep he's doing right now. Mm-hmm. He plays terrible with the new driver in play. Immediately goes back to the old driver model. So he's not doing himself any favors. He's not doing his friends any favors. He's not doing the club companies with any favors. Yeah, he's really checking all boxes.
He's been moping, throwing clubs, hitting tee markers.
Yeah, after having the success, it's like you look miserable playing golf.
I want to know what shaft is in that 3-iron, because that was a hell of a throw. For that not to snap, my stuff, I'll just like dangle it out there, snaps right in half. It wasn't that hard of a throw, believe me.
Okay.
His full-blown tomahawk, full speed, throws it right back in the bag.
So
I throw it like that, it's snapping for sure.
That's Frank's claim that he has the science down to it, where you can get it to land properly.
Well, he does the pillowy throw. So it's like he acts like he's gonna throw it down, but then he pillows out, and it's like more of an arc.
He has that last second.
It's more of an arc, and it kind of lands flat. Like if you get it where it hits the shaft first, then the head. We're getting the science here, snapping clubs. If the shaft butt end hits and then the head hits, that force, that thing's just gonna pop. I've seen enough of it.
And it's gonna bend. If it's steel, you
Yeah.
get all that. So.
Well, for Rory, and as we allude to sometimes, me as a former member of the media, it's always nice when athletes talk and you can have that relationship. I realize members of the media probably haven't done Rory right, throughout his career.
How?
How?
Just in general, trying to dig at different things going on off the golf course. I can see where those things can frustrate a golfer. They can frustrate an athlete. But for him to just blatantly, arrogantly say, I feel like I've earned the right to not talk to you, I don't agree with that.
The only thing that's been brought into question was his marriage last year, and then that turned out to be true anyway.
And these are things that people can hold on to, though. You never know. You never know. So, but yeah, that's what I'm kind of alluding to.
The only thing is, like, I would have a different opinion if he wasn't trying to be in the media at all. But then, like, he does, like, Golf Pass, and he does, like, these, like, media shows and stuff that he's obviously getting paid for.
Yep.
And it's like, all right, so you're putting yourself out there and you're doing stuff, and then you get mad at other times when you're doing it. So I don't know. That feels weird.
Yeah, and you're Rory McIlroy. You're the number 2 player in the world.
You made all your money from a different, from this.
Right.
This is how this worked.
Right. It's part of your obligation. You don't have a choice.
I said if you had 2025 as the year that Bryson is super likable and Rory's not, I would not have had that on my bingo card. Because a couple years ago, before Bryson turned into this like insightful, fun guy on social media, I was always against Bryson and Brooks and all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Brooks is getting less likable. Rory's getting less likable, and DeChambeau now is every kid that's under 12.
Yeah.
Favorite player is DeChambeau.
Yeah, except for when he's dropping out of crosswalks, then he starts getting mad. But that's a whole different thing. Talk about learning the rules. But anytime you take relief, folks out there, you have to drop it. Can't place it.
Yes.
Just FYI. Remember, yes. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Don't get
That's
penalty.
going to be a disaster.
We're going to get to it. But what do you think happens with the Travelers then? And then they go out for what? The Scottish Open heading into early July there?
I think this is where they screw up the calendar, right? So then you have an event like the Travelers, which used to be on the same plane as like the Deer. And what's happening is guys, kind of limp into the Travelers because they put all their energy in the U.S. Open. I mean, after playing Oakmont, you want about 10 weeks off. You don't want to go straight into the next event. And so with them going over to Travelers, it's not going to be as quality of golf being played. Maybe the guys that miss the cut will play quality golf. The guys that play the weekend, there's no way that they have enough energy to play over the Travelers, and that really shouldn't be a marquee event. And really, they've kind of screwed over the John Deere, which is a really high-quality event in an area that, has backed the PGA Tour for so many years, and a sponsor that's backed the PGA Tour for so many years. It's kind of a bad move that they put all that onus on an event the week before the John Deere.
Yeah, I think the Deere is a great event, and I think it's because the whole town supports that event.
Right.
It's actually a lot of fun to go to. It's still criminal to me that we don't have a regular tour stop in the Chicago area. I mean, we were just talking about this, how are we not back at COG yet? Or, COG had to be the best for Chicago, where you can park on site, all that.
So good.
And that used to be a great event, and then they would take you to the Deer, and people would play there, and then they go to the British, and now it's like the Scottish Open, and they partner with the Scottish Open, so...
Well, that whole weekend was like magic because it was around the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, at some point, the 4th was going to fall during that event at COG. And, everyone bringing their families into Chicago and all this other stuff. Like, it was kind of regarded as, like, a 5th major, 6th major, whatever it was. And they just, by making that one of the spots in the fall events, I mean, not even in the fall events, in the playoff, just ruined the whole thing.
Set it up
Like
for
they
failure,
thought they were doing us a favor. In Chicago, they weren't.
Let's move it to football season.
Right. Let's move it to September when no one
the
cares.
golf weather's not great.
Right.
And it's like, what are we doing?
Right.
And put it in an area that's hard to get to and not a lot of parking, and we got to take 40-minute shuttle rides, all that. So
yeah, now it's every 3rd or 4th year, and it's up on the North Shore. And
but now we got Live to go to in the summertime. So
they're not dumb,
No.
right? They're going this summer to Chicago Market and Bolingbrook, and then they're also going to Indianapolis, which Indianapolis is
they're starved. Yeah,
they're golf starved. They've got great golf courses down there and a lot of golfers. So pretty smart on their part.
yeah. But how much is Scotty going to win by this week? Because he's going to actually make some putts.
You think he just took a week off? Now he's ready to roll?
Of course, it's just a birdie fest piece of cake, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, ball striker heaven. don't even have to really putt that well, I don't think.
So we back in the 20s then? 20 under?
Oh, yeah.
25 under?
Gotta be. I mean, what they have a 58.
What's the number this weekend?
I think they have a 58 and a 59 on this course.
Yeah, Furyk had 58.
Yeah. So, and there was
incredible.
a 59 a different time.
Should we talk about the parenting of JJ Spaun's wife making him go out to get
3 a.m.?
Yeah, to get like anti-nausea stuff for the kid?
Yeah.
What is she thinking?
Is that on her, or is it him volunteering,
instant divorce.
being a parent? Was that a decision of his, or he just said, I had to go do this?
I don't even care if you're being nice. My wife's like going to say, hey, why don't you stay in bed? We'll take care of it on our end. You okay? You good to go? Because you're playing tomorrow for the U.S. Open. You're playing for our entire livelihood as a family.
We'll take that for
Go get that check.
We'll call somebody else. We'll do Uber Eats and get that medicine brought over to the house.
They had to have some sort of friend that could have run the errand. I absolutely agree with that. Like, there had to be
She
someone.
wakes him up to go get the medicine for the child.
JJ, it's your night.
There are times to be a bad parent. That should have been that time. JJ, roll over, go back to sleep. We got it.
I have a big day today. But for him to battle back, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
You think that, because the rumor is he took a nap in the rain delay.
We need to talk to these PGA Tour wives, man. First, you're getting handed
dirty
a baby with dirty diapers. Then you're thinking your guy is on an equal playing level at 3 a.m. to go have him get anti-nausea stuff for the kid. You're out of your mind. These guys have one job to do.
I was going to say parent first,
Make a boatload of money and go play golf and go win a tournament. That's it.
Yeah. Well, he got a nice check and a nice trophy.
He's
so
clearly irritated about it because he brought it up. Who would bring that up? Who would bring that up in the press conference?
he did bring it up.
I got a trophy sitting next to me. Can you believe my wife made me get out of bed at 3 o'clock?
He started with 5 straight bogeys, I believe.
Yes.
So
Yeah. He was kind of blaming. He's like, yeah, we had kind of a rough night. I got out of bed. I wasn't really feeling all that great.
So the rain delay helped him. He got a nap in, which is what I heard he did, and then
Oh my
came
gosh,
back
I
out
could
fresh and
not
ready to
believe
go.
that when I heard that. I was like, what? Like, my wife will like, she probably would have not made me do something if I was playing for like the Illinois PGA Championship. I mean, what are we talking about here? That's insane. Absolutely insane.
You got a stroke play event later today, Andy? I got this one.
She might have. What are you playing for? $1,200? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gail's a saint. Gail's a saint. But I did, real quick, I saw something about moving the PGA Championship. People were throwing that out there into the early August range.
100%. Go back to where it was.
Okay. Like right
100%.
before football season really kicks off.
That's what it had. It had
Yeah.
the Glory's last shot. That was like its theme. It's like, we don't need anything. Like, they was worried because there's nothing in May. It's like, we don't need it.
Yeah, the ambiance around it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. It really is, and that's a shame because I wonder. I could probably get my hands on it, but I wonder what the revenues are. The difference between May and back in August when it was all.
Well, you take a
one.
lot of courses out of play too, or at least the
Well, they
conditions.
were always so scared too of the NFL season, but that was always the week before NFL even started.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember watching it as a random thought. I remember watching it as I was moving into college. That was year Tiger won in '99.
Okay.
And I'm literally moving stuff in my dorm room but we had the TV hooked up first.
Priorities.
Obviously.
Priorities, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're sitting there watching Tiger win. So that had to be middle or late August.
Yeah.
Which is great. You got the British in there. British no one ever cares about.
I'm becoming more and more of a British fan. I don't know why, because I'm just weird. I get it, but I don't know.
It's always poorly broadcasted. It's like
I think it's probably more the hours that I get to, like, at 2 a.m. when I wake up randomly. I'm like, oh, I'll just put golf on.
do we need to like call Elon Musk and get like Starlink or something? Why does the feed always look like garbage?
So you could barely
Like,
see the golfers through the
feed
fog.
looks terrible. It's like we're 2025 now. Everything's with satellites. The feed from overseas looks terrible always. That's part
Probably
of
using
it.
the transatlantic cable or something. still
Like I
running it.
understood back in the day. Like it's all fuzzy and doesn't look real good. And the only thing that looks good is the graphics. That's it. But NBC's got it. NBC does a great job. All their stuff looks really clear and nice, and it still looks like garbage.
Example of that, though, they brought in the U.S. Open. Tiger Woods went
gonna
on to
say
win,
that.
and that video looked great. And it was joking that the ratings probably went up when
Yeah.
that got on TV.
I saw some people tweeting that people were tuning into the event at that time, and they're like, "Hey, Tiger's winning."
Yeah. He's back.
They didn't realize that we were watching an old one. So the casual fan. So good on NBC. That's good strategy.
But it is seeing video from 2016. You're like, wow, that looks really old.
Yes.
That's like throwback video.
Hold on a second. So I actually didn't I wasn't able to start watching it till about the 11th hole. So you're saying they ran
During the rain delay, they went to 2008.
Oh, that's great.
And they played like the end of the third round, and then they played the end of the fourth round.
Just clutch Tiger.
That's a great idea.
Clutch Tiger.
Yeah, I don't even they couldn't even gone back to like the 2007 at Oakmont or something. Like,
How does NBC even with like you had Brad Faxon on those Fox Sports ones, and they were terrible.
Yeah.
Right. Fox was awful. They were so bad they admitted it. We suck.
That was
you
Greg.
guys. Yeah, you guys can have it back.
Greg Norman too.
Greg
right?
Norman was bad on that. Zinger was on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad. But somehow NBC has like half of those guys there, and their broadcast is phenomenal.
They've gotten better with, at least they got some younger guys in there too. Like Smiley's good. I mean, they're all pretty good.
Coverage is good too without like a dominant force, right? Because without Tiger in there, you're seeing more to shot. You're not like getting these long stories. You're not watching the guys walk to their golf balls, right? It's just a lot of shots.
Yeah.
One after another, which I love.
The one thing that I think they could have done a better job of, or they could do a better job of, it's hard to tell on some of the around the green stuff because they shoot from like up high.
Yeah, they
can't see
They do
it.
need to improve that. I totally agree with you.
You're like, oh, this doesn't look too bad, and then you're like, they hit like a terrible shot, and then you're like, oh, that was impossible.
Especially Oakmont, or they could like heat map contour. You would think
They
if the
had
person,
one
like,
there.
hitting.
They did have one time where they did that, and
Like they overlaid it while the guy's going live.
No, they just had like a graphic pop up of like the green. They might have overlaid it on the actual green.
Yeah.
But it showed like where all the slopes were, and you're like, oh, there's only like 3 places you could actually put a pin on this green.
That would just look too like gamified. Like yeah.
But then you can kind of understand what they're trying to do. So I don't know. There's some things they can do.
Big weekend at Mistwood. We didn't think we'd get one of these in until after member guest. Andy said just don't do it during member guest. So we're squeezing this pot in right now.
Yep.
How excited are you for member guest 2025?
I'm excited. I always go into it with a little anxiety, like not knowing exactly how it's going to turn out. But I think we've got all our boxes checked. We only had one withdrawal on the day before, so that's always good. So yeah, we're in good shape. It's gonna be a fun year. Been a little bit of a trial trying to get a boat to float in the water right now.
And he's been out there swimming
So
laps.
I'm not an engineer.
Dodging golf
Neither
balls.
is Scott.
Nope.
We're trying to get a boat to float right now. That's one of our bigger challenges. So we got a contest around that.
By boat, do you mean pool?
Yes, a kiddie pool with floaties on the side of it. Yes, that's where I'm at right now. It's nothing too high quality, but it's going to be a
Consulted Elon how
it's
to
a good
build
target.
this. It's high quality.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
I know the chefs are going to sleep over again and smoke some brisket overnight. They have their
Which I
little
think
get
is
together.
crazy. I think it's absolutely crazy.
They work hard. They love it. They enjoy the time together. I think it's good bonding time.
But they're putting it on a bun.
Oh, I don't know what they're going to do with it, but it was so good last
just
year.
making- I know, but they're just making brisket sandwiches.
You can't say just. It's an art.
It is an art.
Smoking meat is an art. You don't have the patience to smoke meat, do you?
No.
You do.
Oh, I
You
do. I
enjoy
love
this.
it. I love it. I completely appreciate the effort and the work that goes into it for a delicious
I
brisket.
appreciate the effort. I
Just wanna
just
do
say they should be able to get a night's sleep in order to do that.
Well, they do.
But they're doing it for you, doing it for them. That's why they do it. But that's cool. So we're excited. Member guest, always a good time. The shootout then will be Saturday, and that's exciting. Describe the atmosphere of the shootout for those that don't know.
Yeah, so the shootout you'll have, it's like start out completely chaotic. You'll have 7 teams over on the fourth hole. You'll have 7 teams on the first hole. And so there's 14 balls in the air on each side. And then you're like, all right, it's your turn, it's your turn, it's your turn. Then you have a chip off and you get rid of 3 teams. And we play the second hole. And so you have, what's that, 4 teams remaining, 3 teams remaining. So then you're playing the second hole, and then you get rid of 2 more teams. So what the last team from one side is standing on 3, and the last team from the other side is standing on 3, and then those guys are battling it out for the championship. So, yeah, once the playoff comes around, it's like, all right, we're in the home stretch. It can only get more dramatic from here. It's never boring on those last 3 holes. I've seen guys hole out in order to get to the next hole on the first hole, which is kind of cool. A few years ago, we had. I've seen 4 putts on the last green. I've seen some carnage, and I've seen some amazing moments. I've seen some ones where, what was it, Bo Hume maybe 3 or 4 years ago made that bomb, went nuts.
Now I have to go find that video and throw it over the podcast so people can see it.
You'll find it. You know what I'm talking about.
I do, exactly. It was really cool.
Was it last year everybody went bananas and there was a wedding going on up top?
Yeah, there's a wedding ceremony going on. Carts all around the green.
When you have a wedding at Mistwood, ask what day that's going to be, because it won't be a pretty background and there won't be a quiet crowd standing behind you. Or you could have the ideas exactly when the last putt goes in.
Yeah,
so it sounds like
cheering for you. We'll do it again this Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be a ton of fun. I can't wait for it. We got to get you back to the office so you can finish up the member guest prep. And Scott, I know you have things to do, but we did want to get in the podcast studio. It's looking good. And what do you say? A couple weeks, maybe after 4th of July, we can get back together and do this again?
That sounds good. I want to what are we going to do for a guest? What do you think?
As far as the podcast?
Sorry, put you on the spot, yeah.
Get someone on the show?
He's not guest starring anymore. He's part. You already said he's part of the team.
He's also starring. We said also starring, and we're host.
But you do have a 4th spot over here.
We do.
We need to.
People probably thought it was like room, but we know Scott's literally 2 feet away.
It's a studio. It's a large studio.
Large studio. I know Ben Kellenhofer, superintendent, wants to stop back in. That's coming off a member guest and Stars and Stripes, so he's always good for a conversation.
That'd be a good time so I can learn how to keep weeds out of my yard.
Okay.
A lot of questions about that.
Ooh, I like that. Little landscaping, little ground care episode.
Yep.
Frank can sit right here.
Yep.
Scott and Kellenhofer, and then you'll have an episode on to listen to.
We will see all of you when we get to July. Thanks for watching.
Get in the car.
Right at us.
The best in the business, Roger Cleveland.
Can't wait to get back to Chicago and this way.
This is Party of Fore, a Mistwood Golf Club podcast.